I'm not like other comedians. I don't do things like pick on people like front row people. I don't pick on front row people because I ain't getting whooped in the parking lot after the show. And I don't pick on white people because if you look around, ratio's not real good right about now. Besides, Greenwood, Indiana, Louisville, Kentucky, it's the same thing. When we travel, people like to make fun of us. They do. I'm in Florida, people making fun of me. I'm thinking to myself, isn't this the state where y'all weren't smart enough to fill out a ballot correctly, messed up that presidential election? So from now on, if you guys hear somebody from Florida say something to y'all like, who's your daddy? You say, the man who filled out a ballot correctly. Because when they said to me, we hear you people in Kentucky don't wear shoes, I said, you don't need shoes to fill out a ballot correctly. You can do it to a bunch of different states too. I got comedy friends from California, and you know how them Californians are. Ooh, we're from California. The state where the governor is the star of the movie Kindergarten Cop. I got cousins from New York City. Ooh, New York City is so much better than Kentucky. Isn't New York City where the Knicks play? Now, some of y'all didn't get that. Let me explain. The New York Knicks are one of the worst teams in professional basketball. This is how bad they are. Remember a couple of years ago, that little autistic boy, J-Mac, never played high school basketball before. Last game of the season, 4 minutes, 30 points. Remember that guy? If you look at the tape, he shot them 30 points over the Knicks. Let me put it another way. The real reason we can't find Osama bin Laden, he sits on the Knicks bench. Nobody goes to the game, so we know. I get scared every time I tell that joke. I do, and everybody always asks me what's the scary part about doing comedy, and it's not telling a joke that you guys won't laugh at because they pay you in advance in comedy. The scary part is sometimes the words we use mean different things to different people. For example, at a basketball game, a sheet with 3 Ks on it means 9 points off 3 3-pointers. Don't get ahead of me. At a baseball game, it means 3 strikeouts. But nighttime in the woods of Martinsville. Means I gotta go. And if you're from Martinsville, that's just a joke. I've been in Martinsville bunches of times in the daytime.
Countdown takes a trip to the cornfield.
Hee-Haw was Spike TV before Spike TV. You had Barbie Benton and a couple other beautiful women laying on a porch in some short shorts. Son of a gun.
Bass gets hauled in for our number 11 moment. When a guy mounted a motorized singing fish on a plastic board, some folks called it ridiculous.
Which is the perfect song for a fish mounted on the wall. He doesn't want to be stuck on the wall over a fireplace at Thanksgiving and everybody poking at him. Just take me to the river, let it over with.
I was watching TV before I came up here. There's a commercial on TV where somebody's trying to tell you guys the 5 most important words anybody could ever want to hear are, you've been to Weight Watchers. Don't know about Greenwood, Indiana. Louisville, Kentucky, the 5 most important words anybody could ever want to hear are, the test came back negative. I watch a lot of TV. I've been past 6 or 7 years, I've been trying to figure out that TV show Survivor. I mean, what are they doing? They're sleeping outside, they're not taking a bath, they're eating rats, snakes, and insects. Don't that just make you homeless? See, I think if you want to make it an exciting Survivor show that people really want to watch, here's what you do. Instead of giving one person a great big old check for $1 million, you give them all $1 million cash at the beginning of the show. Only instead of putting them 16 or 20 pretty people on a beautiful tropical island, pick them up and put them, say, South Central, Compton, LA, outside, at night, and then tell everybody in the neighborhood around them they got $1 million. I'm just saying we watched that, wouldn't we, Green? Because the ride from Louisville is not that far, I drove up here by myself, and usually I ride with other comedians or take some other form of transportation where I'm with people, because in addition to the police thing, recently I was a victim of my first carjacking. And I won't lie, I told you, I'm 6'3", 250, so I always thought if somebody pointed a gun at me, I'd be a tough guy like Tony Soprano. Turns out I just scream like a soprano.
Here's redneck moment number 12. In the winter of 1975, a song came rolling over the airwaves that shot to #1 and made every good American wish they could put the hammer down.
Oh my gosh. I was 14 when that song came out, and to this day was the second greatest rap song I ever heard my whole entire life.
I am having a good time. I turned 46 this year, and all my younger friends started teasing me. Ooh, 46, that's old. Hey, old man, tell us what 46 feels like. Well, it feels like this. There was a time in my life I was looking at beautiful young women, and I think to myself, ooh, the things I could do with you. Now I'm 46, I look at beautiful young women, and I think, is your mother single? It's showing up too. Things are happening to me. This summer I woke up and I'm coughing up some blood. Not just a little bit of blood, but enough that I gotta look at my chest to see if an alien's gonna pop out. And then I looked at my cell phone and I hadn't charged it and it died. And I was like, you're gonna die and nobody's gonna know. So I started posing my body how I wanted CSI to find me. Then I knew I was too mean to die because I had this thought that I would cough up some more blood and write the name of somebody I didn't like in it. I have fun though. I got these 2 little nieces. I love them girls to death. They're 4 and 1. They're my heart. I will walk into my brother's house and they'll start clapping because they don't know who Big John is. They know Uncle Jay's home. And they'll keep clapping because it doesn't matter to them. They're right about now somebody's thinking, ooh, I might have to stop drinking. The guy on stage looks kind of like the love child of the Creature from Predator in Chicago. And then they'll do this, and I'll do this, and they'll run and jump into my arms and give me a great big old hug and kiss on my cheek. And to be loved unconditionally by a child is the greatest feeling I have ever experienced in my whole entire life. And I mean that in the Cosby Show, Leave It to Beaver kind of way, not in the Michael Jackson, R. Kelly kind of way.
They came this close to making the list. Our honorable mentions.
This one, I don't understand how we're not talking about it. Porter Wagner suits. There are pimps in Chicago, New York, Atlanta, LA that are looking at a Porter Wagner suit saying, ooh, that look good right there.
You guys notice I've been up here for about 15, 20 minutes and I haven't done a whole lot of cussing and nasty stuff. Here's how that came to be. I showed a tape of one of my comedy shows to my pastor, and he's like, ooh, John, I'm so glad you're not doing all that cussing and nasty stuff and abusing the talent God gave you. I said, that's not why. He said, well, how come you don't do all that cussing and nasty stuff? Because Mama is still alive.